Right. So that was like an hour and 15 where I wasn't actually live. Oh my gosh. Okay. Well, thank you, Czar, for noticing. I'm gonna have to go see what I missed in my settings. Cool. And now Frisky needs out of my office. Hang on. Okay. Well, now I get to show you guys all over again what I'm doing. This is going to be basically, if you're familiar with pitch and putt golf, it's going to be pitch and putt, except you are purling. You're throwing yourself instead of it's kind of like disc golf. You're throwing yourself and you're gonna purl through here. And I have been spending the last hour and 15 minutes clearing grass with a water bucket, and it's the most tedious thing in the world. But I'm more than halfway done. Gosh. I talked about so many... Oh, I think I know what it was. Okay, and there's my chat bot. Okay. That was entirely on me then. That wasn't other settings. There is a... I've done this a couple times. There's a way to set up going live automatically that I hadn't figured out until I think last stream or this, no, I think it was 2 streams ago. So that I don't have to hit start stream and go live both in my program. And I had it set up, but then when because it's been so long since I've streamed from Havencraft, I used an old stream setting and it didn't have that set up. Oh, I'm sorry, guys. That's my mistake. Okay. Well, you have inadvertently been saved the tedium of watching me clear a very lot of grass. What else happened that I could tell you about? I avoided, there was an illager raiding party, and I avoided them because I didn't feel like fighting mobs. There's been literally nothing interesting. I've talked about a bunch of stuff, but so that means I didn't grab my water. Okay, so that means we should be done this area. We just have this middle part, and that hill there. I think most of these trees are gonna have to come down, honestly. Like, I do want to keep some of them. Oh, why is it raining? I don't want rain. So to show you, because you didn't see it earlier, what my plan is, I'm going to show you the pitch and putt idea that I have. Can't sleep. Of course I can't sleep. Okay. Where is... Okay. So, this is what a pitch and putt is. it is like normal golf, but it's really short holes that you only need a pitching wedge and a putter for. You don't need any drivers for your golf clubs. And it's only 9 holes. You go around twice. And it usually looks, well, this one kind of looks like a normal golf course. It usually looks more like this. Kind of like this. It'll have like hazards like this that you have to get around or get past. And so my goal is to create a pitch and putt with like trees to go around and sand traps to go around, that kind of thing. Oops. There we go. And I want to make sure not nighttime here. It's dark enough to be like nighttime. It means that I gotta clear this whole area, and I'm using the sparse jungle because it's got the nice colored grass. And I'm gonna go along. So where these torches are is gonna be infrastructure. It's gonna be like a highway. We're gonna put a road through here. And I'm gonna come around by the birch forest. We're gonna use these little lakes, pardon me, as hazards. And I'm gonna come right up to the edge of the bamboo and not really go any further because, oh, it is. The sun is going down. Okay, sleep please. Because this is Havedel's area over here. And so I don't want to go past the bamboo. I'm not even sure if I'm going to use this ridge yet. Oh, but this is a pretty waterfall, and I kind of want that to be visible for golfers. Yeah, we'll see. The whole thing with this pitch and putt, pitch and pearl, if you have a better name, please let me know. You have to pearl, you have to toss yourself. And so it needs to be like a little bit tricky to do, and I'm not sure how to do that yet. Is it better? That means, so if chatbot has actually joined, do I have actual chat on screen? Doesn't seem like, yeah, doesn't seem like, okay. Things to sort out. Today seems to be a day of technical issues, but it's okay. How close am I to clearing this area? I've got that bit, that bit. Oh, there's a little bit there still. But then I think that's it for this area. Okay. Oops. Let's go from here. Oh, said I was starting at 3. Oh, that's weird. It's okay that you're late though, because oh hey, it actually did show up on the screen. Look, your chat is on the video screen. Oh, that's very exciting to me. Okay, that means my new chat widget is working. I've had all kinds of technical issues, so even though I thought I was streaming starting at 9, it turns out that I missed clicking a setting and I didn't actually start streaming until about 10 minutes ago. So I was just here talking to myself for about an hour and 15 minutes and not actually streaming. I wouldn't even have noticed, except that Czar, I'm very grateful for them. Even though they're not able to be available today, they popped online just to check my stream to make sure everything was working well and noticed that it wasn't actually running. So we're okay though, we're going now. Which means I get to catch everybody up on what I'm doing. I am making what's kind of like a golf course, or kind of like disc golf, as my mini game for Havencraft. Except that it uses ender pearls. You throw yourself and have to try and get through all the 9 holes. And today is going to be mostly a day of just clearing terrain and figuring out where I'm going to put each of the 9 holes. So there hasn't been anything very exciting that you've missed. Except lots of me talking about whatever happens to come to mind. I wonder if, so now that I've seen how that actually, the chat widget actually looks on the screen, I feel like that font was too small. Oh, that's dangerous. So that'll be something to look at, is figure out what size I want the font for the chat widget. Okay, how do things look now? Just that little bit there. Yeah, I think it's just that little bit there, and then I can start taking down trees. And then, depending on what time it is, it's just about 10:30, so I think the last bit of today's stream, I'll go show you what has already been made for, because a couple of us are doing mini games, and I want to see them. I want to show you the mini games that have already been made. None of them by me. This one's mine, and I'm behind on getting it done. Okay. So I'm gonna want this dirt block should not be there. That one should be there. So, I don't need you. can put you guys there. I have a lot of seeds on me. Let's put seeds in here. Let's put... Do I have flowers somewhere? Here. Yeah, it was kind of one of those days. It's okay. I managed. We are now live. It will be okay. Oh, I should bring dirt with me. So I want to fill in holes as I go. So let's chop down. I think we're basically going to chop down all of the trees. Except for, I think there's a couple of bigger oaks, large oaks, that I might leave. These large oaks make pretty good hazards. And I want to do something with this waterfall because it has potential, but at the moment it just kind of looks sloppy. I think having a waterfall right beside a golf course is a pretty thing. I just want to make sure it looks good. So that. This little, you can see it there, that little cyan colored post with the lanterns beside it, is where, oh, Frisky's coming back in. Hey. That's where I had to put my original, like, first attempt. Oh, we need the cat cam back. My first attempt at a hole 1. And then I realized that it needs to be a little bit more complicated than that. So we're probably going to move that one. And I don't like the idea of using hole blocks like that to mark, like, you know how in golf there's always a flag that stands in the hole where you're aiming? Having a full block like that is it's too big. Takes up too much space. So what I'm thinking is I might do a sneaky piece of wood. I might do like iron bars or something and then make banners or something like that to be flags. We'll see. I like when trees have their own climbing thing built in. It's very handy. I don't have to stack anything up to get on top of the tree. That one. So now this one's an oak, but I like that it has the vines on it. And oak trees are kind of the ones that I want to use as hazards. So we'll leave that for now. Let's fill in this hole. So that's a little bit dangerous. last thing I want is somebody to pearl over and then like end up really deep underground. This one and this one. Oh, that's interesting. That's a funny looking oak though. It's kind of a awkward shape, like it has no leaves on. I'm trying to I keep trying to point to the monitor and it doesn't make sense. It's got leaves on this side but not on this side, like it's kind of flat, and I'm not a fan of that. So I think that oak tree is going to come down. Urgh. I do like the bigger oak trees with multiple branches though. That's been one of my favorite trees since early Minecraft. I think they look more interesting. They're a little bit more tree-like or something. I reach just barely. Am I missing any logs? Doesn't look like. Let's go from underneath. Okay. So we've got, I've missed some there. Went that way. Let's keep going around the perimeter. Was my live stream working when I was talking about how weird our weather has been? I don't think it was. No, I don't think it was. I was talking about, so I can tell you that story again. Oh yeah, it's because I was saying, my mouth wasn't working properly. I was saying words funny when I was talking about something. And I made a comment about how I must be really tired because I didn't have a great sleep last night. And then I was talking about how weird the weather has been because, okay, thank you. Yeah, I was talking about how weird the weather was because at the beginning of my week it was like minus 15 when I was going to work, or when I was leaving work, and we still had lots of snow. But now at the end of the week, like yesterday leaving work, it was already plus 17, which is like basically a 30-degree difference, which is a big difference. And now our house, because we don't have central air, so our house is getting way too warm at night. And we have not adjusted our thermostat for that. So I ended up boiling hot last night, and poor Pete was tossing and turning, and at some point just opened the bedroom window, which I think woke me up. I think that must have been at about 4 this morning, and yeah, we just didn't have a good sleep. These pumpkins are adorable, but they need to go. I am a fan of pumpkins. I might use them as part of the decoration. Oh. There we go. Has it been really warm down by you guys, Maple Oak? Oops. I'm having trouble climbing trees today, apparently. Plus 20 during the day. Yeah. That's very, yeah. It's like, all of a sudden, it's like we have summer weather. Well, I don't know how much of this, excuse me, I need some water apparently. I don't know how much of this golf course I'm actually going to get done. Well, that's looking better already though. You can see the trees I've taken down. Okay. Yeah, the thermostat in the car. I was roasting on my way home from work yesterday, and I couldn't figure out why, and it turns out that I had my car heat turned up. Does the chat on screen look like in the video, does it look like it needs to be bigger to you? What do you guys think? I think it's too small. You haven't seen it yet? It should be down in the bottom right hand corner of your screen right now, because you just typed something. It shows up for about 10 seconds every time somebody types something. Maybe I need to make it last longer than 10 seconds. But you did see it? Well, that time it looks like it didn't work. Oh, no, there it is. It is pretty tiny. Okay. So I should definitely make that bigger. Maybe double the size at least. I'm very excited for this new chat widget, and then there'll be a chat bot that pops in and has like little reminders and announcements and stuff. I found a website that does free widgets. Little bit of delay from when I react. Oh, okay. That's interesting. I don't know if I can change that or if that's just kind of a ping issue. I'll have to see. I am reacting because there's not a bunch of people to chat to. So I'm reacting like basically as soon as you say something, I'm reacting right away. Whereas if there were a whole bunch of people to talk to, you'd be seeing people talking to each other in chat, and I wouldn't be reacting quite as quickly, probably. Nice. I really like... So one of my goals for these streams is to just kind of like create a space to hang out together. So that if people have, like, if they want to play their own game while I'm playing, or if they want to play their own Minecraft while I'm playing, if they want to get homework done or chores done while I'm playing, that it would just be like a nice easy way to do that. Which is why, like, I don't try to do too many big exciting things when I'm streaming. I think that's okay. I need to get those ones for sure though. Because it's a little bit of that body doubling kind of deal. Yeah, that's my goal anyway. I don't see myself as an entertainer so much as just like somebody to hang out with. Not for my live streams. My videos, like my Last Life for fans and that kind of stuff, I try to make those more like actual entertainment. Hello, squid. Okay. This guy for sure needs to come down. How's my inventory? It's getting pretty full. I'm not actively saving very much of these things that I'm chopping because we don't need it, honestly. We've got... Pete's built so many farms. We have a wood farm. We have... well, we've got chests and chests full of dirt that Havetel has mined out for her just because of her projects. Oh, I had a funny thing that I did in my intro too that I won't get to show you. Maybe, okay, I'll see if I can do it again. I was at my house though, so when I'm in F5, see if I can do it against the tree. Yeah, so when I'm in F5, if I turn my camera where I'm going to be against a tree or a wall or something, it zooms in my face. And I have the Zoomify mod that lets me zoom in like this. I discovered that if you combine the two, you get a super zoom on my face. And I think it's hilarious. So I had that in my intro. I have a lot of mods that I've discovered just make life a lot easier. One of them is that Zoomify mod, because that lets me look across, especially if I'm trying to see like if there's mobs over there or something. It lets me zoom in quite a ways, and then I can even like use my scroll wheel to zoom in more. So I like it. And then the other one that's a new one that I've only had in one other stream is my free cam, which kind of like, it's kind of like spectator mode. And I can still watch my health bar. It's what I like it for is when you're building, especially if you're like up on a wall. It's very handy. I just need to remember not to use it if I'm playing like one of the Life series games, because it's really easy to cheat. Because I'll show you. You can go through the ground and see where things are. Which is very cheaty. Yeah, it was Pete who got me into FreeCam because he uses it all the time for his builds. You can kind of see where things are a lot easier. And if something's in the right spot. Oh, I should have climbed that tree. There we go. We didn't clear all of this, but I think I'm going to. There's a lot of grass here still. I think I am going to use this side though, because trying to fit 9 holes into this space, like, I think I'm going to need to use this leg right here. Maybe, actually, maybe it'll be like the tee off here or the tee off here, and you have to purl, I think here, and you have to purl across the water. Oh look, more guys. Okay, that's a problem because I'm in FreeCam, which means they can come. Yeah, there they are. I ran from them last time because I didn't want to fight. Not that I'm a coward. I'm not a coward. I need to eat food. Let's go fight these guys. Is it just the 3 of you? You're making very grumpy noises. Is it really just the 3 of you? I can't go anywhere near the village now, because I have bad omen, and I do not want to start a raid. And I don't think I've got milk. I don't think I have milk in my ender chest. I should look, but let me see if there's more guys. This one. Sir. Okay. Is that it? It's 4 of you this time? I think the last ones that spawned had 5. Oops. that was very bad flying. Do I have milk? I do not. Okay. That's okay. I'll just make sure I stay away. Just stay away from my wheat farm because there's villagers there. And definitely stay away from Pete's Island. This is doable. I love, okay, so this particular oak tree, this one, is one of my favorites because it looks like Pseudo-Budo from Pokemon, right? I love it. Anytime I see that shape spawn, I have to keep it. Clear bunch of this grass. So, if we're doing this area, I think we're gonna leave that grass for now and just chop, excuse me, just chop the last of these trees down. These are basically just bushes, truthfully. They're like jungle bushes. I might have to do, so this has been basically one full stream just to remove the grass and chop trees. I mean, we'll see how far we get. We still have like an hour, but it's taken a while. I think I might need another full stream to plan out where I want the different holes. That one's an oak. It's a decent shape. Why? Explain to me, Ivy. Explain to me how you are doing this. That's not supposed to work. What happens if I walk through it? Can I climb it? No. Oh. Yeah, it is a labor-intensive process. This is amazing. This is one of the funniest things I've ever seen. I don't know why it didn't update, but it's hilarious. I'm gonna see how long it stays. I'm not going to take it down yet. I'm not going to take it down until it's actually in my way. Okay, you are a nice oak tree. You are a short jungle tree. Yeah, the labor-intensive things work well as an on-stream activity. Kind of like... I mean, when you're body doubling, it's one of those get things done kind of opportunities, right? Which is why I think it works well to do stuff like this on stream. And then I get to chat with people about what I'm doing. And it's not quite so tedious because there's people to talk to. Okay. This guy. Did I get this guy yet? Not yet. Okay. What's left? That's an oak, that's an oak. These little jungle trees. These oaks are okay. Those little jungle trees and this hill. Oh. A couple jungle bushes there. I might leave those jungle bushes, actually, these two right by the water, because they're well placed. I feel like this doesn't need to be level. Let's fill this in. How much? I've got so much time on my bad omen still. Got that one already. So we're just needing this big one. Let's go from the top. And then this medium one, we can also go, oops, we can also go from the top. Can't we? No! Okay, here we go. I do like the leaf color of jungle trees, and because we're going for that like really bright lush golf course kind of look, I think planting a couple jungle saplings along the water traps will help make it look really lush. Because we want it to have that very green, very well watered kind of a feel. This definitely needs more dirt. Oh, zombie noises. I bet you that's that underground cave. I'm ending up a lot of these logs. Can I put them in? The leaves can go here. I guess logs can go in here for now. Sleep time. So in about 10 minutes, maybe, we should watch chat, because if it's working properly, my chat bot, my mouth is tired, should, if it's working properly, put a reminder up about sending me questions of the day, questions of the week, I mean. So we'll see if it actually works. I'm running out of questions, so I need to be asking people for more. And they don't have to be Minecraft related at all. They can be anything random, anything questions. Oh, I just took a peek down there. This is very dangerous, but... Oh, it's so big. That looks so cool. That skeleton better not shoot me from up here. I really like all of the trailing ivy. That's super cool. Okay. Very cool cave. Definitely not safe for in the golf course. So, we'll have to remember to block that off or something. Put one hole through there in the cave? That seems a little treacherous. It'd be if I dug it, I mean, it depends on where it goes. If it, I can free cam that. Let me see. Okay. So we've got, this is the entrance that I found. Oops. Okay. So through here. And then it goes. Hello, Batty Bat. Somebody has clearly been here. Gosh, it's so big. Okay, but that's not golf course direction. This is golf course. Somebody's been here too. Oh, that looks like carved stairs. Those are cave pools. Okay, so there's a spot, I don't know, maybe. It might work to have a hole go through there because we could make like a cave entrance here and then if we purl in correctly and have like a spot to land on that pillar, maybe right by the vines, and then purl up. It'd be tricky. You'd have to purl up to here and come up the top of the waterfall. I'll have to think about that. It would go right over, this highway, which is like part of server infrastructure. But sometimes golf courses do funky things like that. So that That is an idea, definitely. I can't tell if Frisky wants out of my office or if she's just wanting to stand beside me. So far, she's just standing beside me and hasn't asked for anything else. Okay, this is another one that should be filled in. Where's my shovel? Nope, she does want out. Increase the level of difficulty. That, you know, as you know how mini golf will sometimes have those little shortcuts where you can get a better score because you'll be under par if you take the shortcut? I wonder if there's a way to do something like that. Because that would be cool. This... Is there... Yeah, I don't know. We'll have to see. I think part of the reason I'm having a hard time planning is because like, so if we look at, initially this was going to be the gate. That needs to move anyway. So I think I'm going to put the gate more like here, and this will be the entryway to the golf course, because we need to have space for a road to go through. This seems like too complex for a first hole. Maybe not for a 9th. But I was thinking we'd go counterclockwise. We could totally go clockwise. That would work. I feel like most games people expect to go counterclockwise though. Like even when you're playing a board game, you usually pass the dice over to the next person on your right. And I think that's just a people are mostly right-handed thing. Well, but there's no saying people have to do the shortcut. If it is on hole 1, they could save the shortcut for their second time through, so for hole 10. Oh, this wasn't a bush. It was a whole tree. It looked like a bush because of where it was. Let's see if my chat bot puts up the reminder for questions. So it should be doing that any second here. That's true. They might not see the shortcut on the first hole. Unless I labeled it really obviously, like had a big sign with arrows that said shortcut. I don't know. We'll have to see. We'll have to see what it looks like. Sleepy time. I should be flying, not running. Oh well, I'm almost there. Aha! There's my chat bot. And it shows up on the screen. Cool. "10 seconds doesn't seem like long enough to have stuff up on the screen either in the video feed. So make that, I'm gonna make that note right now. Chatbot font. Double font size. And leave it up on the screen maybe twice as long. Okay. Well, the question of the week that I do have this week is one of yours, Maple Oak, and it is... Oh, hello, Manta Ray. Welcome. Question of the week is one of Maple Oak's, and it is, what is your favorite biome? And I really had to think about that one. I don't even know if I know what it's actually called, so you might have to correct me. But like... the really, really classic, I wonder if I can see any. I'm gonna free cam for a second. Not birch forest. It's like oak forest or mixed wood. Kind of like this, except not hills. What's this kind of called? Let's go up there. I think this is called wooded. Let me get up out of the sparse jungle. What's this one called? This one's called, oh, this is still sparse jungle. I'm so glad you managed to catch this one. I've had technical difficulties, Manta Ray. I thought I was streaming for a whole hour and 15 minutes, and it turns out that I wasn't. And then Czar pinged me on Discord and said, "Hey, Kel, I don't think you're actually live." And I was so grateful because I wouldn't have caught it otherwise. Okay. Oh, this is just called forest. Okay. It has nothing to do with... It's one of the older biomes. And it's just called forest, and it's a mix of birch and oak. And it sometimes gets those really fun oak trees, the big oak trees. And sometimes it's one of the really cute pseudo-wooded ones. I don't think this one is. That's definitely my favorite biome. I think it's partly because I'm nostalgic about it, but I really like that you get 2 wood types and that it's easy to find mobs. because there's not a lot of like, there's not a lot of extra things generating, like in jungle biomes, which are super pretty because they're so lush, but you get lots of these little jungle shrub things. So I like that it's simple, that there's not a lot of extra types of vegetation and stuff. I think that's probably my favorite biome. Oh, it was a hassle, manta ray. It was kind of funny. I was trying to figure out why stream was so quiet, because usually I have like 1 or 2 people lurking at least. And like nobody was even lurking, and I'm like, oh, this is so weird. And then Zar pinged me and I'm like, oh yeah, that was my bad. Not that I'm doing anything terribly exciting today. I am making kind of like a golf course, but not a full golf course. It's like a pitch and putt. So you only need a pitching wedge and a putter in real life, instead of also needing a driver and stuff. Except that mine isn't a golf ball, it's yourself, because you're going to be purling. You're going to use ender pearls to go from hole to hole. And so I've been clearing grass and chopping trees to get the lay of the land and figure out where I want each of the holes to go. Okay. Oh, I should take that off the screen. These guys I think need to come down. These shrubs that might be okay, but these trees need to come down. That one's okay. Look at the stupid vines are still there. Okay, well, if they manage to stay after I log off, then I'm gonna keep them and do something out of them. You don't know anything, I said, except golf. If you imagine, do I have pearls on me? Okay, so I've got the first one that I'm gonna move anyway, but if you imagine, have you ever played disc golf? In disc golf, you throw one of those flat discs. Yeah, exactly, they have to stay if they don't disappear. They deserve it, they're so tenacious. In disc golf, you throw like a frisbee, a disc, and you're aiming for like a basket that's about 6 feet off the ground, maybe? Or 5 feet. I think it's only 5 feet. It's about person height. And you're trying to do as few throws as possible. So this is kind of like disc golf, except that you're purling. And so the first hole that I made is somewhere in that direction, and you would go like this, and that's one. Oops. Okay. Can I see it? Oh, I can see it. Okay. So 2, and then 3. So that would be 3 to get into that. Now I'm gonna be moving this, and I'm not having a post that people can hit the pearl against, because oops, I'm trying to eat. I don't want to place dirt. Yeah, that's the idea. And I'm either calling it pitch and pearl, or I thought about pearl and putt, but that doesn't quite work. Disc golf, pearl golf, maybe? I don't know. I'm having a hard time figuring out what I want to name it. If you guys have ideas, please, 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 I need help. But I'm gonna end up doing like 9 holes with a little flag in each one, and hopefully it'll be a fun mini game. Yeah, so if you're doing real golf has 3 different kinds of 3 different kinds of golf clubs. The big ones that are heavy and are either made of wood or made of iron, depending on which you prefer, that you use at the beginning in real golf. They hit the ball for yards and yards. Those ones are called drivers. Oh, pearl in one. Manta ray, that's a good idea. I like that. Okay, noted. Pearl in one. So a driver is the great big one. You usually use the driver for your first shot, and depending on how far on the fairway you get, you might use it for a little bit later. Usually you don't. Usually you use a pitching wedge when you're in the middle part. Especially so a pitching wedge doesn't have a flat. If you think of a golf club and looking at it on end, the irons and the woods are pretty blocky. A pitching wedge has an angle. Let's see, turn it to the camera. So they'll be blocky like this. A pitching wedge has an angle so that when it hits the ball, it kind of scoops it up a little bit. Whereas the blocky ones, you hit the ball and it just goes straight. You get more distance. So I know more about real golf than than other things, because I worked when I was in university, I worked at a golf course, a real golf course, for a couple summers as a groundskeeper. And my job was to mow around the greens. And I used to get free golfing. And my dad loves golfing, so I would go golfing with him. I'm not very good at it, but I do enjoy it. So, but there's golf courses that are kind of like, I mean, most people know about mini golf. And mini golf uses just a putter. But there's also pitch and putt, which uses pitching wedges, which are the medium ones. And where are those zombies? You. Okay. So if I go basically straight down. Okay. Pitch and putt uses a pitching wedge and a putter, and then mini golf uses just the putter. The flat ones are designed to make the ball go more horizontal, and the angled ones are designed to make the ball go... Can I reach you with my sword? Not quite. Make the ball go a little bit more vertical. Get a little bit more range. Like, when you're chipping a ball, it goes pluk, and it goes up out of an area. That probably made no sense. Sound effects aren't usually very descriptive, unless you've actually played the game yourself. Oh, I should put my shield on instead of have a chicken. I'm gonna whack a zombie. Yeah. Okay. Where? Torches, there they are. Let's not have zombies down here. So that really spoils the nice chill golfing atmosphere. Okay. All fixed. How are we for time? It's 11:30. Sometime before the end of stream, I really do want to show you a couple of the other mini games. I think, how much of this can we get done? Let's see if we can get this side done first. I think I'm going to leave that part for later because I'm not sure if I'm going to use it yet. And we'll pull the grass from this part later. Look, more floating vines. This one's not as dramatic. This one's just 3 tall. I don't understand what they're doing. Let's get some of these trees out of the way. X. There we go. Oh, I meant to ask, what are your guys' favorite biomes? Since I don't have Zara to ask today, you guys can chime in on the question of the day. Mine's the original Minecraft forest that's got a mix of birch and oak and not much else. I think if I had to pick a second favorite, I would say probably dark oak forest, because I think dark oaks are super pretty. You're gonna leave those guys. These ones should come. Beach or mushrooms? Oh. Pete also really likes the beach. Maple Oak, do you like the mushrooms because there's no mobs? Or is that because the mushrooms are there and because the, is it mycelium? Is such a fun, it's a fun color. They're funny looking. Oh, I should eat some food. I need to put the chicken back in my... Manta Ray, do you have a favorite biome? Mangrove swamps? Oh, lakes. Lakes are pretty. I do like lakes. Yeah. I think mangrove is such a fun tree, but for the life of me, I could never remember to call it mangrove. My brain keeps wanting, it still does it, keeps wanting to call them banyan trees. And if you Google it, actually, maybe I'll show you really quick, because I have this set up. Banyan trees. Banyan trees look like this, and they've got these like really long These are roots coming down from the branches. So you can kind of see, I mean, this is a giant one, but you can kind of see why my brain gets confused, because the mangrove roots do this kind of thing too. So it's one of those, like, yeah, it's one of those things where I just have to remember to try and use the right name. And eventually I'll get there, I'm sure, but... It's not bad. I feel like this little bit... Why? More raiders. I don't want more raiders. I've got like less than an hour left. My bad omen. Guys, I think I'm gonna fly away and let them despawn. Let's see if that was far enough away. Okay, good. That's gonna be... drown the raid captain. Can you imagine, though, playing a nice leisurely round of golf and all of a sudden raiders show up? Like, that's not good. We'll put that there. We'll do this. I can probably put those in there. These can go here. I'm kind of out of room for logs. Well, can I put stone too? Well, let's do this. I need somewhere. Guess we'll do this. Okay. I want to show you. Let's sleep first. I want to show you the other. You don't get them confused. I think because I've only seen banyan trees in real life once, and I've never seen mangrove trees in real life. I think that's why. I have not watched One Piece. I'm not planning on watching it anytime soon though, and I don't mind spoilers. I have friends who watch it, so I know lots of stuff already. One of the mini games is over. Oh, I still have bad omen. I've got cows here. Can I drink water? I cannot drink water. Okay. I will put this water here. And I will get milk. Come here, cow. Why are you standing on top, Mr. Cow? Okay, now I don't have bad omen. The first game is over on Pete's Island. He's done lots here, by the way. There's a whole bunch that you haven't seen. One of these days, I want him to do a tour on camera. This. Let's come back and walk at it from this angle. So, if you're Canadian and have attended lots of hockey games, this should look like a little hometown hockey arena. Oh. Okay. Yeah, Pete has been building a lot, Maple Oak. He's always adding something new, and he doesn't have a second SMP to play on, so he does it all on here. And he's a very good builder, so he's fast at what he does too. Anyway, so we've got, this is our zombie bumper boats arena. And the local home team is called the Zombies. And there's a spectators area, so it's a great big ice rink. And you can hear the zombies. I'm actually gonna put my stuff in here just in case they whack me. Oh, and my chicken. There. And what you're supposed to do is you come in here. They've got I didn't see the zombies on their head. The angry bee heads on the zombie heads. But we've got red team and orange team. And you need to be in with a different person because this guy is supposed to lock onto me and my competitor gets this zombie to lock onto them. And then we get into our boat and we zoom around on the ice and try to get our zombie passengers to whack the other person. And the first person to die loses. So that's how zombie bumper boats works. And because boats on ice are super slippery, it's a lot of fun and chaotic. And we've done one trial run of it already. I wanted to wear the wings. I don't want to wear the helmet. Chicken in my offhand, please. Okay. Yeah, so this is, and there's like a little concession stand where you can get honey and top up your hunger bar so that you're at full saturation before you play. So that's one of the mini games. And then I need rockets on my hotbar. I need all my hotbar things on my hotbar. Okay, it's more organized. The other one we have to go through the nether to get to because it's actually quite a ways away. So, through here. And then... I think it's that light. No? Did I miss it? There's a spot in the ceiling. No, that is it. There. Here. Where Pete has broken through to the nether roof so we can have a little bit of a highway. And he's built some farms up here. There. Okay. So, so do you see that pixel art? I'm going to zoom in a little bit. Pete worked very hard on that. It should look like an anvil crushing a chicken. That's what you should get from that. Yeah, he has. He has more hours to play than I do. I've got a full-time 9-to-5 day job. And he does not have a full-time job. So, this... and then Pete made these banners using a chicken head. So this game is called Flat Chicks. And it will be very funny. So we come out here. This goes to Pete's sand duper. So we have to, like, not go in there. Please don't be Grian. And what was the other? Chunk loaders at spawn bed. Machine on, enter end quickly. This machine can crash the server. Don't be Grian. He had to put all the signs because when we come through with everybody, we want to make sure everybody knows not to touch things. Anyway, this is Flat Chicks. And he tried to make it look kind of like a bowling alley. So you've got like 5 different teams. And where... Yeah. Is this one full? Actually, I'm gonna grab a hole. I don't know why there's feathers. There should not be feathers. But you do. So you come here. And you... So there's wither roses and prickle bushes and anvils. And you stand here. And you toss eggs until you get a chick. Oh, I got one. Okay. Now, yes, his are very sports themed. Now, we drop an anvil. and then get the chick with the anvil. Except that there's going to be like a whole bunch of us doing it. And I've had some practice. I did some play testing with Pete in creative, so I kind of know the timing of things. But there's like, let me show you how many anvils he had to make. This is a lot of anvils. For all 5. So yeah, lots and lots of anvils. And there's even like a couples themed one where if you're with a partner, you can whoever you're teamed with goes over there and has to try and dodge your anvil. And then whichever team their partner actually dies first loses. So, or you can alternately, you can do it so that like you try to catch the anvil. It's very fun. This way back to, oh. Yeah, so I'm looking forward to when we can actually play those. I just need to finish. So Pete's got his 2 games going. I think Havencraft is working on a game. And then he's labeled Spawn, which is very handy. Because I would be really lost up here. Havencraft's working on something I don't know yet. Who else might be working on games? But I know we're gonna have those 3 for sure. And then one of these days... Oh, I brought a bunch of eggs with me. Oops. One of these days, I will get to record us doing our minigames day. I'm just not sure when that's going to be. I'm hoping Motley Spider can join, because Poor guy's been working on getting himself another computer for a long time. And just hasn't had luck. Just because of work things and being busy, and then issues with the apartment, and so he's had a bunch of stuff happen. And I think Drake has been he thought he would have more time to be online, but he's got a new baby, 6 months old, and is just much more busy than he expected. So those are the mini games we have going. There's updates around here that I could show you. Actually, maybe I'll do a quick wander through Pete's town, Pete's Island. So I think I've showed you guys most of this already. He named it Poppy Hill because, oh, well, that's lovely. He named it Poppy Hill because poppies were just really, really, like, everywhere. Naturally generated. He finally finished off this little road here coming up from the bridge. This is part of the new stuff. He's got this little outpost with zombie pigmen that are training. And I think they even all have names, but this is like their little training guard shack kind of area. And he built you can't see it very well. Let's see if I will go in and show you. He made this to look like it's a little drawbridge, and he used an extended piston to be like the turny thing to lower the drawbridge, which I thought was really well done. I can get so many ideas from Pete's builds. This guy's Scar. This guy is Mumbo. I think they're all named after real life series people. There used to be somebody named Jimmy. Charles. Oh, well, that one's not a life series person. Darwin. Also not a life series person. Grian is life series. And they have a prisoner. Which I think is very funny. So he did this recently. What else did he do recently? Where's the stairs? There we go. This stuff he did recently. I'm gonna just... Oh, ouch. That was a little chaotic. I should not have flown. Okay. So this is supposed to be like the factory yard, all decrepit and falling apart. And he's got like an old minecart trail for where like they used to load things on, and it would go into the factory. Boarded up buildings. This stuff is growing because the factory is leaking out some kind of toxic waste, and it's creating all kinds of like mushroomy stuff here. That's his lore about that. And then there's a spot back here where end stuff is growing by their little pond, because again, there's like a leak from the factory, and it's so he's got like all of this almost a like society falling apart, post-apocalyptic kind of a vibe going over on this side, like it's all been abandoned. So he finished that part recently. I say recently. It's actually been several months, I think, since I showed you much. So, like, I think he did that maybe around Christmas time, which is a couple months ago. He finished, let's free cam this one. So he finished this little pond and put axolotls in it. He finished the mansion flower beds and like the grounds. And he made a little conservatory inside here with tropical fish and a giant hanging plant, that kind of stuff. There's some more stuff inside the mansion too, but it's not quite done. He did a walking path out here that wasn't there before, which I really like this because it's like, it's very much like a city park kind of idea where you would go walking and go spend a nice summer day, not a day when it's raining like this. So that was kind of a more recent thing. I think that might be most of it. Otherwise, I mean, it's still, that is lots. That's a lot of things. I think the only other thing he's done is like he's started labeling buildings and putting like actual signs up on stuff. So yeah, I think that's probably most of it, which is still a lot. Oh, that's most of the builds. He's done other stuff, like he made us a shulker farm in the end. I'm not going to show you that because I feel like that might be a little bit dangerous, actually. And then he did... Oh, he and I did some more path work and lampposts in town. So we've got these up now. And there's this little shop here for all the different types of stone instead of what he used to have over in his little shop. So, which this is handy. Yeah. That's kind of all that's been updated. I don't get to play on Havencraft as often anymore just because I've been super busy. Is it almost night? It's almost nighttime. I can't sleep yet, but soon. Work has been busy and I've been doing lots of studying because I've got a big exam coming up at the end of May. And so a lot of my spare time has gone to other stuff that is not Minecraft. And it means because I'm mostly streaming from Avalon right now, Havencraft has kind of been overlooked. I wouldn't say like forgotten about because I know that it's here and I'm trying to pick away at stuff, but it just doesn't get prioritized as often. So, well, we're coming up on time here. And there's not really much else that I'm wanting to talk about. I'm frustrated that stream was kind of wonky, that I ended up not starting when I thought I did. Not that we were doing anything important, but maybe I'll go look at that setting as soon as I end stream here. Make sure I actually am going live when I think I am. Thanks for joining me, guys. Thanks for hanging out while I did a big job. It was really nice to have company, especially once I realized that I wasn't live and could actually have conversations with real people and not just talking to myself. Please do send me more questions for question of the week. I only have one left that I'm going to use for next week. And it doesn't have to be Minecraft related at all. It can be about anything. Yeah, I hope you have a lovely rest of your day. And we'll see you next time.